to the Wyfold Challenge Cup here. Vesta Rowing Club on the left of your picture. Radley Mariners on the right. Wyfold Challenge Cup, the event for Club Costas Falls and Radley Mariners. On the right there is the Radley College Alumni Club. So, again, good, and you're seeing their phenomenal steering right out there. And that looks to me like Richard Phelps is the umpire on this heat. Immediately warning, and that is not going to be a great start here. It will have put some pressure, obviously, on Vesta Rowing Club on the left of your picture, and it'll taken some speed off the Radley Mariners. Ed Rees in the bow seat, Tom Gearing at 2, Hugh Simpson at 3, and Alex George at the stroke seats. They've got a length. They're kind of going along there like scared rabbits. They're batting along. They haven't really sort of settled here. They've got a length. They can now just take. They've come over that little hiccup of steering, and it just shows you that they're so nervous. Some of these crews, we're seeing a lot of crews coming off the start, even the coxed crews, and veering away. You should dead straight along the buoys, onto the booms, bang, you're out onto the course.
And I feel sorry for kind of, the steersmen in these crews with all those nerves on the start. I wouldn't like to be in that position. I've steered this course before, in a quad, so, with 2 blades and going relatively straight. But for the likes of a Coxless 4, where you've got kind of, pulls going in all directions, and with all the nerves and with the stream, as you say, it's a living, breathing river, anything can happen, really. And so the steersman within the boat, who will be steering this boat with sort of a wire connected to a rudder on the foot, and he will be trying to keep these crews in between the booms, which is a difficult feat in itself. Let alone trying to keep the crew straight and heading towards the finish line. But it seems that both crews have got back onto that racing course. They're both heading quite straight, and it is the Radley Mariners, so that alumni crew that are, eking out a few clear lengths of water out of the Vesta crew. Impressive, considering that these guys, all alumni, so probably haven't trained together, considering they're probably based all over the country. Is that right, Gary? Yeah,
absolutely. They come together for this regatta, so a couple of weeks together here, putting something out, but a tough event, the Wyfold Challenge Cup. So again, for them, early days here, this will be deceptive. You cannot, for this crew here, allow yourself to believe that you're quick when you've got this much distance early on in this particular event here. But Vesta Rowing Club, Robbie Hines in the bow seat, James Burton at 2, Trevor Idenden at 3, Alex Bennett in the stroke seat here. Just really struggled from, I guess they were kind of put off as soon as the Radley Mariners came towards them in that early stage, the early 100 on the steering issues there. That put them off here, didn't quite recover, and Radley, well, they were out and gone. Unusual, though, for Vesta Rowing Club to be so far down. Semi-finalists in the Britannia Challenge Cup. The same event last year, but with a coxswain on board. They were semi-finalists in the Wyfold back in 2013. So they've got plenty of form in the smaller club boats, Vesta here, but really not living with the Radley Mariners. So big surprise, maybe even an upset here for Vesta.
So two very different kind of club setups we have here. Vesta, very well established, tidal crew, train on that very famous stretch of the Tideway where we see the boat race. Been well established for a long time. Radley Mariners, as we've said, a group of guys who are all alumni have come together for this event specifically. So, as you say, might be a little bit of upset there, from the Vesta crew, but very nicely timed there from the Radley Mariners, very smooth. And they're just sort of taking down the rate into the last bit of the enclosures, because I think that they know that they've got this one wrapped up.
Alex George in the stroke seat takes the Radley Mariners over into the next round. A little bit of erratic steering in the first part. They recovered well, and it was never in question. Radley Mariners beating Vesta Rowing Club.